Hello, my name is Alexander Ermenkov. Today is 11th of December 2022 and I would like to continue my series Daily Reality with Alex. Today I want to create an experiment with you together where I would like to bring all of you in a realm where we the human beings are created in such a way that only one realm exists, and I'm going to try to explain to all of you how everything is, and we as human beings are existing only in one realm. And let's say that this realm is the physical matter reality, and you are going to feel for yourself how immediately we surround ourselves with a lot of questions. I remember I was living during the communist era in my first years of life till I was 12 or 13 years old. But I remember very well when I went into the school and when I was taught all the different ideas about the communism, and I was in second grade, and I very clearly remember the message about where the humanity is going forward and how we in the moment are just one layer before we enter the perfect utopia that the human beings have ever been able to create. At this age I didn't understand about West, East, about conflicts, that there is something else outside what I was explained for, and I knew about reality. Everything I knew was physical matter plane, and everything I know that there is an utopian dream, and all of us are moving towards this direction in the physical matter reality, and everything we as a society and all the human beings are doing long term is to approach and come to this specific time where this utopia is going to be real. So the first thing we had in this physical matter reality, and from the moment we were in schools and we were taught with all the educational system that was down there, at least we understood that there was a vision. Is the future, is the vision something from the physical matter reality? Nobody can tell me at this very moment of existence that everything that is still not is part of the physical matter reality. So this system fed us a very strong and big vision that held all the system together to move towards the beautiful future. Of course, we needed to study history, and we studied history. I was second or third grade, and I liked the different things, and everything was so well explained. Actually, I didn't have time to question whatever because there was so much to learn. And the beautiful thing I learned, that we are the one that are on the bridge of the utopia. We are the most civilized one, we are the most modern one, we are the most wacky one, and everyone before us, everything that our ancestors were trying to see is what we are living today. Is it true or not from the perspective of reality? It is still truth. Is there some invisible, immaterial ideology that is forming our little brains while I was second, third, or fourth grade? Yeah, maybe there is. But long term, if we are making an experiment in being only in a physical matter reality plane, we are going to see how impossible it is to explain anything, how impossible it is to find meaning and purpose, to go layers above than the normal existence in the physical matter sense. And yeah, I bought this dream about the utopian future, and till today I very vividly remember how my mind opened for this idea that one day humanity will come to a strongly collaborative and real society where everything will be so beautiful for all of us. Now I'm 48 years, and then I was maybe 12 years. I still haven't seen it. So many things have changed, transformed, turned around for me. This utopian dream haven't come into manifestation, or is still not allowed to be, or will it ever be? I don't know. But for sure, this was a very strong vision that was implanted into my small then soul that was open for everything. The other thing I remembered while I was staying in this physical matter reality utopia of a communist country was when I watched into my geographical study book. Maybe one day I need to find them somewhere to show you how we were indoctrinated in a different way to look in reality, and that's why it's now very easy for especially Eastern Europeans who were from the both sides of the plane of indoctrination in this mental reality, why it's so easy for us now to doubt, to ask questions, to look from different categories and shapes and sides reality, and to never trust anything that is presented before us, but to constantly explore and to validate with the real physical matter reality everything that is non-visible and non-physical. So I remember this geographical book, how we were studying about the different nations, and of course number one in everything was the so-called today Russia. They were number one in everything, and of course number two was our beautiful country from where I am, Bulgaria, in almost everything around the world. But I was seeing the pictures for different countries. I saw Japan, I saw the United States. I wanted to study English language. It was almost not possible. My parents needed to pay some money additional in order to start studying English, and I will just tell you the first two words that I learned in English language that really strongly entered my small brain. And I don't know if it's some type of prophetic or something that went deep inside my subconsciousness, but the two words I learned in English that I remember till today, and I was 10 years old when I remember this word. One of the words was picture and the other was window. Maybe because there is imagination, maybe behind every picture there is an image, maybe because behind every window there is something more. But you know, these children's imaginational power to see what is beyond and to vividly try to move beyond what we see and to ask questions, and what is next and why and what is happening after this, and to be trying constantly to escape and to see what is beyond the physical matter reality. And I became number one in geography from all the school. I was fourth grade, and 2-3 grades above I was teaching. The teacher allowed me to go and teach the higher end students about geography, because I was able, whatever I saw, to 100% absorb it, because for me reality and everything that I was absorbing was quite real. I wanted to know everything. I wanted to understand what is out there. I was so willing to know everything, and for me this was 100% truth and 100% reality, and I couldn't imagine that there is a possibility for the human beings to not know what is happening, where we are coming from, where we are going, and to live in an environment where everything is open questions and that nothing is actually discovered, and that all the time we are in explorational processes, and that all the time we are adapting to the physical matter reality, and that we never know. I thought that everything is a closed system, everything is already decided, and I'm just to live in an utopian society that is almost coming close to me. Of course, I really like the pictures. I don't know how they selected them, but I like the pictures from the USA, some skyscrapers and some pictures from Japan and so on and so on. So I liked the images like a feeling inside of me, though I knew that what we were living was much better and it was everything that was out there, and all this perspective of reality that I had put as layers above the physical matter, because we cannot comprehend, we cannot interact with the physical matter reality without layers to be put above it. It is impossible. So without a non-physical matter we cannot understand, we cannot create meaning of everything that is in the physical matter reality. But as a young brain, I was really disappointed when I was 7th grade and all my world collapsed because communism in our countries fell, and I said, well, what is happening with the reality? I thought that everything is going according to plan. I thought that all the people around me and everything in the physical matter reality knows what is happening. And then in a moment everything changed and swifted and we went into a new tendency, and then okay, we said, well, maybe the pure, beautiful, really sincere beings are in the West. So I deep dived free economy. I was so eagerly willing to be a business person, to be an individual, to be an entrepreneur, and so on and so on. I was imagining, dreaming about becoming one day a business person or to have a business and so on, and to understand free economy. And today I'm 48 and I'm amazed that even what the Western society indoctrinational fields and layers that are over the physical matter reality are so full with deception, illusions, and there is not such thing as the invisible hand or a free economy or whatever. And yeah, actually 48 years of my life just went like this, moving forward from one explanation to the physical matter reality to another explanation to the physical matter reality. And what is happening all the time is that actually long term, of course, I am surviving in all these periods. I have glimpses that there are something more going on. I don't understand everything, but I'm moving forward, growing into reality. Then I realized when I was 17 years old, I opened myself to the existence of God, and I'm still open for this. It helped me a lot to learn to hate and to ignore the physical matter reality, because this, what we experience and what we see with our five senses, is nothing that is worthy. What is worthy is what one day is going to be up there in heaven. So I became a denier of everything that is around me, and I started to live for the day that what is going to happen after we are not anymore here in this reality. And this really brought me into a new understanding about going after only the spiritual, only the invisible, but long term I became a dysfunctional human being from the perspective of the physical materiality. And that's why today, when I'm 48, in the last 2-3 years, I realized that none of the paradigm is actually making a human being that is worthy of living its existence here in this planet. Neither a physical materiality being can be successful, fulfilled, happy, full with passions and desire to live every second of its existence. Neither 100% spiritual or transcendent being that wants everything else but the physical materiality experience. Both of the extremes are creating poor beings that are long-term dissatisfied from the present moment of what is. And once I realized that actually the purpose of life is to merge what is above with what is within, with what is below, with what is around, and that my role as a border zone creature is not to choose a side, not to choose a realm, but to be present simultaneously in all the dimensions. That's why actually I'm happily positioning myself as a ruling reality coach, because for 46 years I didn't know this. That the interaction between the invisible part of me and the physical materiality is the most important thing. That all the invisible is constantly involved and engaged into the physical materiality. We think the human beings that all that is worth dying for is out there, it's never here, it's never before our eyes. We always need to find some great, strong visions, beliefs to go after. And while we are chasing, we are losing the present moment, where actually when we interact, collapse, and through us allow to move all our dimension, only then life becomes vivid and real flows of lives are starting to enter and to go through our bodies, and our life becomes meaningful and purposeful with every second that we are spending, both in the physical materiality and in the spiritual materiality. As a paradox now, I'm much more grounded physical materiality being, as much more elevated and deeply involved into my personal spirituality being. So I'm much more happier today than I ever was, and I'm joyfully sharing daily with you my interaction with my own personal reality and how I am positioned as a ruler of my own personal reality. So thank you for watching today, and bye bye. Enjoy your reality. It is all me and you are having. Bye bye.